my name's Madeleine. Welcome to card readings. I'm going to do chapter 14, 15, 16 on Madeleine McCann's story. Now, this is the last one. I was going to go right through it, but I was watching this thing on YouTube, and I'll tell you about it now. And it was this guy, I won't say his name because I don't know if he wants me to use his name, but he was talking about the media in Madeleine McCann's story and the parents, and I kind of agree with him. I think media is loving this up. Let's give them stories and all this and that. And I do have a few, this whole thing with medicine, and I will share that with you, and it leads into that, I don't know why. But once I heard him, his screens, 100% what he was saying, I agree with. So I decided this would be the last one. And on top of that, I thought, you know, you should know by now from listening to what I said, and if you read the book, you would know it. None of it makes sense, what Kate said. You know, she's contradicting herself, she's putting people down. 1 minute she loves them, next minute she doesn't love them. So this is the last one I'm going to put in, and I'll give you my theories after this. Like I said, it's not a reading, it's just on Kate's book. And if you like, subscribe and put your thumbs up for it. And like I said, this is the last one. So if you want to know more about it, buy the book or do the audio book. You know, you can get it out there. So what I picked up on, they talk about, now I put this in, I don't know much about this, but I'll put the FBI is in on this now. So there's like 8 different police services out there looking for medicine. Now, to me that sounds a lot. I mean, I'm sorry, but yes, it's medicine she's missing, but that's a lot for one person, isn't it? How many people do you see go out for a crime scene in the sense of your September 11th thing? I don't think it was that many, was it? So that sounds a lot to me, yeah. So the other thing is, another machine that I got it there, DNA, the blood test thing. You get the sample of the hair and put it in. No, there's claiming, but I'm sorry, Kate's claiming that it can't be right now because it's hoping to back to them to that they did something to medicine. So she's saying now, no, this can't be right. Yeah. And the other thing is the test from the car. Now, I get it where they held the car 3 weeks after medicine went, I get that bit, but this was 3 months ahead of time where they found medicine's blood in the car or something like that, or DNA, yes, right there, DNA samples in the car. Now, this is interesting in itself too. Kalos, I'm thinking he's the call it, the person helping with the court stuff and other stuff, and that he does. It sounds like he does 2 different jobs. Like he helps out with the media side of things and that, and then she said he helping out with the law side of it, like when she's they're interviewing her, like to medicine with the police and that, he comes in with that. So that's interesting in itself. Now they were talking about the dog's DNA, where they picked up the dog, and and at this time that Kate and Jerry doesn't believe in it, and it was around the same time that Tessa found evidence of medicine died in the department, and they found scents around her. I don't know, it's her blood or what, I can't remember, but they found something there that no, they don't believe in the dogs. And 2 times Kate tells this to Kalos, I'm saying his name wrong, and he goes, what they're going to do is put him in curious and put it on stand and say yes for 2 for bugs for yes and 1 bug for no, questioning them, these 2 dogs. So you know what I mean? Like at the start she goes, oh, 100% believe in these dogs, yada yada yada. And others say no, it can't be right. These dogs can't be right. So I thought that's interesting in itself. It's interesting because she talks about when she was out at the restaurant. I think this was at the restaurant, and she's talking about she says it, or the police says this, that she had blackouts. Now that's a bit of discern, like maybe she wasn't involved with Madeline's disappearance, or she was, I don't know. But for her to have blackouts, isn't that a bit discerning? Like, what is the blackouts that she's missing out on? Like, what is, and how long has that gone for? Has she forgotten something? Like, haven't she seen something in that time? I'm worried. Because I know, and I'm not saying she was drunk here, but I know people who say when they drink too much, they have blackouts and they can't remember what happened. Would that be the same with a normal blackout where you might faint, or, you know, something happened that you have a blackout? Not drinking, I'm not saying drinking, just in generally. Don't you forget stuff? Like you're having a seizure, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering if she did have a blackout sometime through that time of Madeleine's disappearance, maybe she hasn't seen all of it. That's what I'm thinking, like, that's what I'm thinking anyway. So, that's my thought. Yeah, we talked about the car. And Jerry and Kate's thinking of moving the kids. So, this was 2-3 months after the whole situation. Now, that's not a big thing, but I just thought, and it's interesting too. I don't know, I'm keep on going back to the car in the sense of, it was 3 weeks after Madeleine went missing, yeah, and they found blood, Madeleine's blood in the car. Now, there's a lot of things around that, I reckon, anyway, like, you're taking Madeleine's stuff and moving it for 1, yeah, 2, you have her stuff in there, so yeah, you could easily be just moving stuff and picking up. Because the other thing that Kate said, this was 3 months after Madeleine went missing, to look for DNA in the car. So that's interesting in itself. So yeah, just in 3 weeks before after she left, went missing, they got the car. And it was 3 months after that they got DNA from Madeleine, so in the car. So that's interesting. 2, now this is really interesting. Now this might not mean nothing, and I just thought I'd put this in it. One of the things I picked up, and I'm not going to do a reading, I'm just going to say a little bit late to the reading I did, okay? I remember seeing a black plastic thing, like you use in the garden, them plastic bags that you use in the garden. I remember putting this in the, I don't know if I put it on YouTube, but I remember saying it in something else, yeah. And something was wrapped in it. Now, I did not say it was medicine. I don't think it was medicine. I feel like it was something like a knife, fork, whatever, something like that. It's interesting because Kate talks about the camera crew, the media people, are taking photos of her and Jerry taking a plastic bag out of the bag. There was Madeleine's body. Like I said, in my psychic stuff, I don't think it was Madeleine, but it's interesting how they said it was a black bag. Black plastic bag, as I said. So that's interesting. So I wonder if that's something there with it. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, maybe they did do something. Maybe this plastic bag has something in it. So I thought too. The other thing was they went home in September. So they went from May to September. We were in Proctor. I thought that's important to know because things can happen, good or bad, in that time. So I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, like I said, Clancy was joking about the dog. And when they did the DNA with the car, it's interesting because Kate said they didn't get any tests back, like evidence back, and I thought that's interesting. And the other thing I found with this, Kate was talking about the dogs and the DNA and something else, I can't remember the first thing. If you heard in the first bit of Madeleine when she went missing, there was justice or secrecy, I think that's called, when that you weren't allowed to talk about the case itself with anyone. The police weren't allowed to talk to anyone about it. You hear it now, they're not allowed to talk about it, like the death of Madeleine or whatever happened to Madeleine. But here she's talking to Clancy and other people about the black bag, well, not black bag, sorry, the DNA blood test with Clancy and Jerry and other people. That she's talking about the car. She's talking about the apartment. If they got the evidence back or not. So I thought that's interesting in itself. Again, like, just contradiction and stuff. One minute they can talk about it, next minute they can't talk about it. So that's interesting in itself. That's why I've always said I will highly recommend reading this book because it makes no sense, I'm telling you. And that leads in some of my theories with this. Yeah. I actually wondering what there's three theories I have with this. Okay, not with her death and such, but the whole situation. One of them, I'm wondering if Madeleine's family in the media is feeding off each other. Tension, you get, Madeleine's mum and dad's getting attention on, look at us, kind of thing, getting attention that way. The media's getting a story. Let's use this as a story. Let's make something up. So that leads into the other theory. I wonder if this is all just a story. I know half of you is going to say, what a lot of crap, you're an idiot, Margaret, that's okay. But if you read the book itself, the Kate's book, okay, then you look back on the media stuff, no matter what bit of the media, who does it, your Sunrise show, your Nine News, your British movie shows, news, your American news, whatever. I'm telling you, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like, in with this with YouTube stuff, just watch it, a lot of it makes no sense. Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's with some kind of company with Jerry and Kate that's made this story up. I'm wondering, like I said, Kate's contradicting herself. One minute she loves people, next minute she doesn't love that person. So I'm wondering if it is just a story that someone made up. It does happen. We hear stories like this all the time, where someone will make a story up, it's good for the news. So it leads into the third one, and then that was, what was the third one? Actually with Kate, if that did happen, and to say from why Jerry did it, right? Does it mean, from reading this book itself with Kate, if she has some kind of mental illness, like I said, you read the book, it makes no sense at all. 1 minute it's this, next minute it's that. 1 minute I love them, next minute I don't love them. It's this time, next minute it's this time. I'm wondering, maybe she has a mental illness. But then it leads into being a doctor. When you're a doctor, and I know this for a fact, when you become a doctor, you have when you go to school, you have to have a certain percent of high degree in what you do in your high school. You can't, if you reach 50% in your school and stuff, student stuff, you're not going to become a doctor. I know you have to be in high 90s to be a doctor and all that. So I'm wondering, has she got a mental illness? Did she just make this up? Well, not make it up, that she doesn't know what she's saying is true or not. Oh, probably not in the right word, but knowing, does this make sense or not, kind of thing. Yeah, that's probably a better word. Does it make sense or not? Because people with mental illness, they do get things mixed up. It makes sense to them, but it won't make sense to the rest of us. Yeah, so I'm wondering if something like that. So that's my free theory related to the whole base on medicine. Is it something that someone's made up and make good news about it? And then is it the McCann's medicine's mum and dad with the media just using each other, feeding off each other, look at me kind of thing? Or does Kate has a mental illness? So if this is a true story, I actually think she has passed. I'll be the first one to say it. And from what I get it, I think the parents might have something involved with it. I mean, from what I've been reading or listening to, yeah. Because the other thing with this, if you don't know, if you watch anything at this time, this year, related to Madeleine McCann, it'll be the same probably in the last 2 to 3 years, and it'll probably be the same next year, because it's her 18th birthday next year. They're just going to repeat things. That's what they're doing, they're just repeating things. Like I said, in the last YouTube, where they're talking about a guy who lived in a van. What was this on the news? A guy that had a van, something lived in it. He was a drifter. That was the last few days ago. Well, that was here in Australia anyway. So, yeah. So, this is, like I said, this is my last one. I won't be going on with it, because I'm watching this guy, and he said, is it more media attention? That's why they're doing it, and not focusing what happened to medicine. So for that reason, I decided no more with the medicine. I do hope they find her if she's still around them, but I've decided I'm just going to leave it, because I think reading at least more than half of the book, you should get the drift that nothing makes sense in the book, yeah. So I'm just going to leave it at this, yeah, and hopefully in the next year or two they find her, but who knows, and if it's true, like I said, maybe the media, the family just made up a story about medicine. I'm wondering that, like, because nothing makes sense. Now, yeah, here in Australia we talk about, like, someone's talking, like, some ways they're talking about the whole 6,000 questions they asked Kate and she didn't answer 48. Technically, I don't think that's a big thing, because it's only 48 out of 6,000 questions. So, but like I said, we all have opinions. And this is my last one, and because I agree with the guy, he said, yeah, I think they're not home pinning on the situation. That's the problem. They're not home pinning on the situation, and that's my problem with it too, because I'm sure people read this book, they'll agree with me and this person. It's kind of like a media film tree, as they call it, where it's everything, let this keep on going, we get more ratings, whatever. So at least to this. So I decided I'll leave it, and good luck whatever happens to Madeleine. Good luck to whoever's trying to find her, because I'm hoping one day she will get fine and everyone will know the true story behind her. But like I said, this is my last one. So if you like, subscribe and give your thumbs up if you like it. And the next one, I'm hoping it'll be an actual missing person that we can help. So see you later.